Okay. Before we even get started on this lesson, there are some things that you need to remember. And I recommend writing them down, but you also have this video to use. 1 foot is 12 inches. 1 yard is 36 inches. A yard is also 3 feet. 1 mile is 5,280 feet, or 1,760 yards. You need to also know 1 tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. 1 fluid ounce is 2 tablespoons. This will all come in handy when you are cooking. 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. 1 pint is 2 cups. 1 quart is 2 pints. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. And then you need to know that 1 pound is 16 ounces. And that 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. Ton is a lot. Now, with that being said, having this list, we are now ready to start our conversions. So for number 1, it wants you to convert 6 tons into pounds. If I'm going to put 6 tons into pounds, what should I do?
6 times multiply, divide.
I'm going to be multiplying. How many tons? So 1 ton is 2,000, meaning 2 tons would be 4,000. 3 tons would be 6,000. 4 tons, 8. We're just skip counting by 2. So I'm going to do 6 times 2 and add a bunch of zeros after it, because that's my rule of multiplying with zeros, right? So what would 6 tons be?
12,000.
It'd be 12,000 pounds. Can you imagine having something that weighed that much? An elephant. And not even a normal, like African bull elephant. Like one of the biggest ones you could get. Because the elephants in Thailand were maybe 1 to 2 tons. I think they were smaller. Okay, what about 12 quarts into a gallon? 12 quarts into a gallon. What am I going to have to do there? I'm going to have to divide this time because, right, because I'm going up here and I can see, okay, well, 1 quart, 2 pints, 1 gallon is 4 quarts. Well, if 1 gallon is 4 quarts, I'm almost flip-flopping it. 4 quarts is 1 gallon. So this 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So 12 quarts is 3 gallons. Okay, what about pounds? If I have 7 pounds, and I'm going to convert that into ounces. 1 pound is 16 ounces. So what am I going to do? Am I going to divide or multiply? transfer 7 pounds into ounces? I'm going to multiply. What am I going to multiply by? 1 pound is 16. What am I going to multiply it by? If I want to figure out what 7 pounds is.
16 times.
Thank you. 16 times 7 is what I would be solving. Okay, so what's 6 times 7?
42.
What's 7 times 1 plus 4?
11.
So,
Oh, yeah. 11.
so 7 pounds is 112 ounces. Okay, what about 3 yards? And I want that in inches. I want yards into inches. So 1 yard is 36 inches. So 3 yards would be, what am I going to do?
Times 30.
I'm going to multiply. I'm going to do 3 times 36. 6 times 3.
6 times 3.
3 times 3
90.
plus 1.
I need 100.
108. So 3 yards is 108 inches. Okay? The next part that you're going to have to do is comparing. That's when we're doing the greater than, less than, or equal to. So if I've got 5 feet and I'm comparing that to 57 inches, what do I have to do to figure out which one is more?
5 times 12.
Why am I doing 5 times 12?
Because 5 times 12 inches is in a foot.
12 inches in a foot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to convert this guy to become like this guy. I want both of them to be in inches. And to do that, I'm going to do 12 times 5 because there are 12 inches in a foot. And if I need 5 feet, I'm going to multiply. What is 12 times 5?
60.
60. Well, what's bigger, 60 or 57?
60.
60 is. Okay. What about 16 fluid ounces into 3 cups? Which one's going to be bigger? What do I have to do?
8.
Okay, so in 1 cup there's 8 fluid ounces, right?
Yeah.
If I've got 3 cups here, that means I've got 8 fluid ounces, right?
So it's 20.
So this is 24 fluid ounces. Well, which one's bigger? 3 cups is bigger. Notice how I'm kind of following that same procedure that I've done when I'm dealing with fractions and I'm trying to properize those fractions. How I separate what the one thing is. If I know that there are 8 fluid ounces, that means that there are 8 fluid ounces 3 times because that's 3 cups worth. So I separate it out so I can see it. Okay, what about 2 tablespoons versus 4 teaspoons?
Well, there are 3 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon.
So in 1 tablespoon, how many teaspoons are there? 1 tablespoon, 3 teaspoons. So in 1, we got 3 over here. And then I got another. So how many do I have in here actually? If 1 tablespoon is 3, then 2 tablespoons is, yoo-hoo, 6. So this is going to be 6 teaspoons. Well, what's bigger, 6 or 4?
6.
Okay, last one. 3 gallons versus 8 quarts. Okay, how many quarts go in a gallon?
4.
4 quarts. Right? 4 quarts are in a gallon. Well, right here, I've got 4 quarts and 4 quarts. So
2 gallons.
this is just 2 gallons, isn't it? So this one is bigger. Cool?
Yes.
Okay, so your main thing, this is going to be everything you need to answer all your questions. Okay? Sometimes you'll have to divide, sometimes you'll have to multiply. Sometimes you're going to have to convert both. I want to direct your attention to number 21, where it says 16 tablespoons and 2 cups. If I look on my chart here, tablespoons do not go into cups. I'm going to have to figure out something. I don't have anything on here that tells me what I can do, but do tablespoons and cups have something in common that I can work with? I can both make them into fluid ounces. So when I'm dealing with something that gives me a measurement and I can't find that on my chart, I have to find what they have in common. So when I'm comparing a tablespoon to a cup, they both have fluid ounces in common. So I'm going to have to convert them both into fluid ounces. So unfortunately, there's some problems I've got double the work to do. But it will get you the correct answer. And some of them are going to be obvious. Some of them are going to take one look at it and you'll be like, yeah, duh. And you can move on. So in some way you have to do double the work. Others you'll have to do half the work. So it evens out, right?